Yes, yes, y'all know what it is, man. Bird's Eye View coming live from me to you. You know what I'm saying? Powered by Expansion Team. A show that you can catch here, well, when it's not under construction, because y'all know Bird's Eye View. Expansion Team has been shut down for the season moving forward. You know what I mean? Due to time constraints and schedule, you know what I'm saying? Scheduling. So you get Bird's Eye View with bonus content, y'all. You know what I mean? I know I wasn't here last week. You know what I mean? A lot of things for our YouTube channel had to be straightened out and smooth and ironed out. But we're back for another episode of Bird's Eye View with E and G. You know what I mean? Powered by Expansion Team. First and foremost, man, shout out to Expansion Team. Ice on Woods. I would say y'all can catch that show here every Saturday. But next season, hopefully, when we iron out the scheduling and get everybody on the same page, then we can get back to doing what we do over here. But nonetheless, Bird's Eye View, you know what I mean? Expansion Team coming back at y'all again. Like I said, man, we weren't here last week, so we can talk about Week 7 recap. You know what I mean? The Eagles versus the Minnesota Vikings. This is one of those games where, even though we know the Vikings have a very stout defense, you know what I mean, when it comes to pass, you got to let your all-star, you know what I mean, your all-pro, your Super Bowl MVP quarterback go to work. And that's just what Jalen Hurts did. Go to work. Find time and time again, the available receiver. Final score, man. We had the Eagles that won the game 28-22 against the Vikings. On my birthday, y'all, October the 19th. Shout out to me. The victory brought us up to 5-2. They snapped the 2-game losing streak. Jalen Hurts completed 19 of 23 passes for 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, earning the first quarterback to receive a perfect passer rating this year. Wide receiver Devontae Smith came in with a career best 183 yards, including the 79-yard score on 9 receptions. The Eagles defense, which balled out that game, which it shouldn't have been as close as it was. The Eagles defense made some key timely plays. Jalen Hunt with the intercepted TD. You know what I'm saying? That's right, man. The INT take to the TD. To him. I'm going to say like this, man. This game right here showed, I think it was kind of like a game of emotions, man. Because, I'm pretty sure Carson Wentz wanted to show that the Eagles made a mistake by moving on from him, And I'm pretty sure that Jalen wanted to show that the Eagles made the correct move by sticking with him and moving on from Carson Wentz. And within the game, you can see that, At times, Carson was rattled, and he threw the erratic pass like we know more than any other team that Carson does. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it came down to a battle, and the Eagles stood the test of time. Running game has still yet to show up, y'all. Listen, man, break out the milk cartons, man. Running game MIA, we still looking for y'all. Trying to see where it's going to show up at. I think the tides are turning and we are no longer a running team. And I think the days of us looking to set that up, to set the pass up, are days of the past. It may be past to set up the run, and that just may be the formula that we need this year. We do know that we have the target on our back, being the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl champions, and everybody's going to give us their best shot. And right now, their best shot is stopping what worked last year, the running game. So by that being the thing that defensive coordinators and defenses alike are going to try to stop, it's time to air the ball out. You know what I'm saying? So we do know this is a game that AJ, got going as well. AJ Brown, showed up and did his thing. But as I said, this was a game that, came on October the 19th, where you thought that everything that the offensive players wanted to see was seen, but still we received cryptic Instagram messages, from A.J. Brown, where he put out using me, but not really using me. We don't know if he's trolling. We don't know if he just wasn't serious, if he's serious. Whatever it is, man, the offense clicked on all cylinders, Even if you guys are on certain Instagram platforms or social media platforms, you've seen a play where it is alleged that, our superstar quarterback and superstar receiver don't conversate. Where after the touchdown pass, you've seen Jalen Hurts go up to AJ Brown and they dap it up. So Philadelphia, man, we are a spot of controversy. I think we are comfortable in that. That's what we do. We're comfortable in controversy. This is what we do. We need to set things up just for us to fight through adversity. You know what I'm saying? That seems like that's a very comfortable place for us. You know what I mean? Being a Philadelphia-born native here, it just seems like something that we are very comfortable in doing. We have right here, after 2 straight losses, this win shows the Eagles can bounce back. That's a good sign for their character and depth, which we know we already have. Hurts' performance suggests the offense is getting back on track, something that may have been perceived as slipping. Devontae Smith's breakout game reinforces the threat he poses and gives the offense another strong weapon. The defense still showed vulnerability, which is true, since it was 28-22, a 28-22 game, and the Vikings scored 22. So the Eagles will likely need to tighten up going forward if they want to be serious contenders again. At 5-2, the Eagles are in solid position, but the early loss streak reminds everyone that consistency will be key. We definitely do have to remain consistent. There's some key notes that I got within my notes that I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, like later on into this episode. But one thing that we have to be consistent with, the offense has to be, complementary of the defense. We can't, right now, I believe that Eagles are the number 1 team in 3 and outs. We lead the league in 3 and outs, I believe. That's something that we definitely cannot do moving forward because we have a young defense. You know what I mean? Shout out to our defensive coordinator who's doing an excellent job at the times, you know what I'm saying, when we have our defense healthy on the field, you know what I mean? Which this game had right here showed, I mean, with key notes, players coming back, I mean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, you know what I'm saying, coming back, I mean, to the fold, holding things down. It definitely was a great game, you know what I'm saying, for us. It didn't answer all questions, though, you know what I mean? It still was times where the offense was kind of like lackluster. You know what I mean? We still experienced the 3 and outs. We still experienced the mistakes that could lead to losing if you're going against a winning team. You know what I mean? Which we still do have a schedule against some strong competitors moving forward. But listen, man, it broke the 2-game losing streak. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts threw for 300 yards, something that he hasn't done in a long time. 3 touchdowns as well. You know what I mean? A.J. Brown lit things up like he did. A.J. lit things up like he did. And for the most part, man, the offense seemed to be clicking minus minor miscues. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the Eagles are going up against the New York Giants next. You know what I'm saying? With Week 9. One of the teams that was contributed to our losing streak. You know what I'm saying? Not just did they contribute to our losing streak, they bullied us. You know what I mean? On the field, up and down. You know what I mean? They did what they did, push us around, which is something that we do on Eagles. Eagles football is bully ball. This is why, you know what I mean, they hate the tush push. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to give it to you until you can't stop it. And you won't stop it. You know what I mean? So they bullied us in ways that we have not been bullied before. But one thing that we can lay our hat on, Jalen Carter did not play that game. You know what I'm saying? I believe Quinyon Mitchell went out that game. You know what I mean? So Quinyon Mitchell went out that game. Jalen Carter was not present that game, which the matchup of Jalen Carter and Scatterboo, you know what I mean, trying to punch through that middle like he's been doing, that's something that I'm going to keep my eyes out for, you know what I'm saying? Because he run like a man on a mission, you know what I mean? Baby all-star, you know what I'm saying? So definitely going to be something to look out for on this game right here. Key note pieces that we're going to have missing this week, you know what I'm saying, due to injury, we got A.J. Brown and a hamstring. He's been ruled out this week. Cam Jurgens with the knee injury has also been ruled out. Adoree Jackson with a concussion, you know what I'm saying, they received. And as y'all know, that man that dons the number 55 for the Philadelphia Eagles, that we believe nobody else will wear after him because that jersey will be retired, you know what I'm saying, we believe. Brandon Graham has returned, you know what I'm saying, to join the team. And he will be out this week, you know what I'm saying, just for conditioning and catching him up because we know after this week we have a bye, you know what I'm saying? So, just to give him extra time to get acclimated with getting his body in order and getting caught up to what's going on. Brandon Graham joins the team, but he will not be available for this week right here. On the Giants end, man, their key pieces that they have out, they have Paulson, you know what I'm saying, knee, did not practice. Chauncey Golston has a neck injury. Javon Holden, you know what I mean, has a knee injury. Malik Neighbors, which we know has a torn ACL. Brian Burns, hip injury. He is listed as questionable though. Graham Ganu, you know what I mean? Their kicker, he's listed as questionable as well. DJ Davison, ankle issue, who's also listed as questionable. So I guess that'll be a game time decision to see when he returns, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? The iconic, the legendary, you know what I mean? Defensive end, Mr. Brandon Graham, you know what I'm saying, has rejoined the Eagles. And Brandon Graham's career statistic at this point are games played 206, 76.5 sacks, 359 solo tackles, 128 assisted tackles, 22 forced fumbles, 7 fumble recoveries, 153 quarterback hits, and 126 tackles for loss. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm kind of indifferent right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brandon Graham. He is a hometown hero and a favorite around here. You know what I'm saying? You know, we love him alike, but I'm kind of indifferent. I'm like, I don't know if Brandon Graham ails what we need on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? On defense, we are slow to get to the quarterback. You know, we don't have the proper pieces to get to the quarterback. Something that I'm going to talk about also within this episode, man, is getting to the point where, and this is only 1 year, you know what I mean? I could just be jumping the gun on this statement right here. But it seems like, man, Howie is kind of getting a little arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do what I can do and make magic work the way that it's been working, because we lost a lot coming off of that Super Bowl win on defense, and now you see the effects of that. You know what I mean? A lot of pieces that were on that defense which aren't here anymore, man. We got Josh Sweat, you know what I'm saying, which isn't here anymore, who signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Milton Williams, who wasn't here anymore, who departed due to free agency. Darius Slay, who was released. James Bradbury, you know what I'm saying, wasn't here. CJ Gardner, you know what I'm saying, traded. Bryce Hoff, who was traded, you know what I'm saying, and Avonte Maddox, along with other pieces, because you got Isaiah Rodgers, a lot of other key notable pieces that was on that Super Bowl team that we were dominant on that aren't here right now. And I was just curious as to what these players are doing and what their records are with their current standing teams. And just to be brief, not all of them. We got Josh Sweat, who, like I said, plays with the Arizona Cardinals, who their record is 2 wins and 5 losses. Right now, he has 11 solo tackles, 5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Milton Williams with the New England Patriots, 5 wins and 2 losses. He has 13 solo sacks, 13 solo tackles, 3.5 sacks. And we got Bryce Huff, who is joined the 49ers, 5-2, who has 11 solo tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles as well. You know what I mean? Matching Josh Sweat. I don't know what those players' numbers would be if they were on the Eagles team, man, but I do believe that, I mean, we being a young defensive team, man, we need that veteran presence and something that Brandon Graham can offer us, because as much as we, you know what I'm saying, over here love Jalen Carter, man, we know that, you know what I'm saying, he does need that veteran presence in the locker room to show the discipline, the wherewithal, you know what I mean, the mind constraints on moving forward, because the NFL, if they see that you weak-minded, they're going to bait you into situations to try to get you out of there, you know what I'm saying? And Jalen Carter, this team needs you on that defense, that defensive line, you know what I'm saying, definitely needs that big body there so they can do what they do and not get ran on. Something that you can go way back and say, you know what I mean, Eagles defenses, and that was never a problem, you know what I'm saying? Pass coverage may be a problem from time to time, but run defense was never anything that we had to worry about. It seemed like this year is something that we are worrying about, you know what I mean? Not a lot. Right here, man, going into this game right here, like I said, the Eagles are entering this game at 5-2. The Giants are 2-5, you know what I'm saying? We are Eagles, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know we breaking out that Kelly Green, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Kelly Green throwback uniforms that we breaking out right now. The Eagles, these are the key matchups that we need. The Eagles need to crash the line of scrimmage and establish their running game early in, you know what I'm saying, this game. The running game has been off a bit, you know what I'm saying, with Saquon Barkley, which they'll want to fix, especially against his former team. You know what I mean, especially in the Linc, man, because, you know, as we know, the audience does give you strength and, you know what I mean, power. On defense, the Philadelphia unit is young, and in many spots, are still building consistency. This game is about asserting the dominance rather than just winning. For the Giants, this is a prime opportunity to damage the Eagles' posture in the division, so the Eagles must show that they can close out and handle business at home. Emotional spirit factor. With the throwback uniforms plus the home crowd, the Eagles have a chance to feed off momentum and set a tone early. All right, man. I mean, keys to the victory for the Eagles, like I said, man, we got to control the line of scrimmage. The Eagles run a game, you know what I'm saying? Because we want to control the time, you know what I mean? Control the clock, you know what I mean? And the benefit of that is giving our defense time off of the field. The Eagles have not been in the point to put offenses in a knowable situation. Like we know, like last year, man, the offense ran up scores and put the opponent's offense in predictable places, which helped the defense. Now, because we haven't been doing that, our defense is kind of like, on their heels. We don't know if you want to pass or run because games are always close. We need the offense to dominate. Sometimes you got to take what the defense allow you. Sometimes you got to take what you want. And I think that's what the Eagles have not been doing. We got to take what we want and do what we want, you know what I'm saying, on field because we have the pieces to do it. Take what we want and do what we want and put the other team's offense in predictable positions, which will help our defense. If we know you got to pass, that's only helping out our defense. If we know you're going to run, you know what I mean, that's only helping out our defense light. So definitely what we got to do, man. We have to dominate on offense and put the opponent's offense in predictable positions. Right now with Devontae Smith, you know what I'm saying, being a piece right now for going up against the Giants, I'm just going to assume that Devontae's going to have a great game, explode, you know what I mean, another 100-yard plus game back to back. I'm going to give him that right now. And they're going to move forward, man. Things that I'm looking out for on this Giants game is that we do know the Giants to have energy. They're a ball of energy, you know what I'm saying, with Jackson Dart and you know what I mean, Scatterboo right there. In the Linc, we're going to need y'all to be loud today, man. You know what I'm saying? That Kelly Green, we're going to need y'all to kill whatever energy that they try to bring up. You know what I mean? To keep this defense alive and give our defense the life, you know what I mean? To keep going on and taking on these obstacles that we got. Right here we have all right. I think that's the only points that I have to the game. I'm not gonna give y'all my prediction for the game right now because, like I said, this is bird's eye view. You know what I mean, with bonus content, and the bonus content is that you're gonna have me and G, and we are actually gonna talk about game to game, and who we think are gonna win, and what are their possible key I'm about to say key matchups, but key strategies that they're gonna have to do to win said games. So you know what I'm saying. With that said, because I haven't let my man G kind of speak right now, but it is what it is. And with that said, we got my man G right here. So G, this is another episode of Bird's Eye View. We are going right now into I believe this is week 8, right? We are going into week 8. You know what I'm saying? So G, I kind of over talked, man, and talked a lot. You can say hello to the people.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy to be here and jump in. Yeah, we're definitely heading into week 8, and there's a ton to dive into, so let's break it all down together.
Yes, sir, no doubt. Hey, G, look, this is what we're going to do, man. Pull up the week 8 schedule. We're going to go game to game. You give me your idea who's going to win and the keys that they need to, the key strategies that they need to win, and also a score, and then I'm going to give you that. So let's do it like this, G. We're going to start with the Dolphins and the Falcons.
All right, got the week 8 schedule right here. So let's kick it off with the Dolphins and the Falcons. My take, I think the Dolphins might have the edge if they can control the tempo and get their passing game going early. For them, it's all about exploiting Atlanta's secondary. I get the score maybe around 27-20 Dolphins. Then you can jump in with your prediction.
I like that take right there, G. That's very bold right there with the Dolphins having a 1-6 record. I'm going to lean into the Falcons, man. I believe that Michael Penix Jr., is having a very solid, season. And as we know, Robinson, who has been having a Madden-like, season this season. I think that, they're going to dominate the game on the ground, hold that clock true, and do what they got to do to win. And my belief is that this game is going to be Falcons 30, Dolphins 10. Let's move on to the next game. We got the Jets and the Bengals.
All right, you going with the Falcons? Fair enough. I like the boldness. So let's roll into the next matchup. Jets versus Bengals. For this one, I'm leaning Bengals. I think Joe Burrow's been on a tear, and if he keeps finding Jamar Chase, they'll put up points quickly. The Jets defense is tough, but if Cincy can protect Burrow and limit turnovers, I see them winning something like 28-17. Then you can hit me with your take.
All right, I'm going to leave Bengals too, but, as we know, listen, man. You got to, excuse my co-host. We do know that Joe Burrow is not, active right now due to his injury. But I'm going to side with you on the Bengals is this. And I think that Joe Flacco, their quarterback, is going to do what he got to do and get a ball to Justin Fields. And I think they're going to continue on because right now the Jets are 0-7. I think they fall to 0-8. The Bengals go to 4-4. Causing that 500, record. I'm going to give it to the Bengals 21 to, man, I'm going to say because I think that their offense is definitely going to, move the ball up and down the field. 21-10. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on to the next game, We got the Browns and the Patriots.
All right, I like that call. Yeah, with Joe Flacco stepping in and the Jets struggling, it makes sense to lean Bengals. So let's roll right into the Browns and the Patriots. For this matchup, I think it might be a defensive slugfest. The Browns defense has been strong, and if they can pressure the Patriots QB and control the line, they've got solid shot. On the other hand, if the Patriots can establish their run game and Mac Jones or whoever's at QB can manage the game well, it could go either way. I'm going to say Browns edge it go 17-14 in a low-scoring one. Then you can let me know your thoughts.
I got this right here, man. I'm leaning towards the Patriots, and the Patriots quarterback is actually Drake May. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lean toward the Patriots, even though the Browns do have a very stout defense. Drake May is having a great season this year, with 1,700 yards plus 12 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. He's having a great season right now with the addition of Stephon Diggs, you know what I'm saying? But I am going to lead towards the Patriots, and I think that the Patriots is going to put up, I'm going to give them 28. I think it's going to be like 28-20, because the Browns are very unpredictable. We don't really know what they do. They got a rookie quarterback in here right now, and, rookie quarterbacks are very unpredictable. You don't know what they can do from game to game, but I'm still going to lead toward the Patriots, man. They're kind of consistent, So I'm going to go that way. Like I said, 28-20. Moving on to the next game, as y'all know, bird's eye view, fans and viewers alike. This is our game right here. We have the Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Absolutely. This is the big one for all the bird's eye view fans out there. So let's get into it. Giants versus Eagles. I'm going to lean on our Eagles here. With Jalen Hurts at the helm, even with a couple of injuries, they've got the momentum. If we can establish the run early and get the ball to Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, we should be in good shape. Plus, the Giants are dealing with their own struggles this season, so I'm feeling confident. For a score, I'll say Eagles take it 31-17.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead. Say what you going to say.
No worries at all. I was just going to say, I'm glad you like that pick. It should be a fun one. And I think we'll have plenty to talk about after that game. Just keep it right.
I got you. I agree with you on that, G. As always, man, look, this is our revenge game. The Giants definitely did whatever they wanted to do with us, in their field, at their hometown. And I think the Eagles are going to pay revenge and do what they got to do here. Even though, with this sideline hamstring injury of A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Saquon, I think that this is a game that the offense continues the consistency that we carried from last week and brings it to this game. And I'm going to get the Eagles. I'm going to get the Eagles 30, 21, 29. I'm going to get the Eagles 34-20. I think this is a game that, we kind of dominate the clock. We control the game, and we put that offense in a predictable, position for our defense, and we do what we got to do against this rookie quarterback. So like I said, man, I think 34-20. We're moving on to the next game. We got the Bills and the Panthers.
Love that prediction. And yeah, it definitely feels like a revenge game where the Eagles can really take control. But all right, let's jump into the Bills and Panthers matchup. For this one, I'm going with the Bills. Josh Allen is playing at a high level this season, and I think their offense is just too explosive for the Panthers to handle. The Panthers have had some bright spots, but they're still kind of in rebuilding mode. So I think Buffalo takes this one, maybe something like 30-17. Let me know how you see it.
I'm going to go exactly with that score that you said, 30-17 with the Bills or the Panthers. I think this is the Bills. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Bills are coming off of a 2-game losing streak as well. And I think Josh Allen, and those guys clean it up and get back on the track of doing what they got to do. This NFL season has been filled with parity, man. Like, there is no clear-cut, concise person that you can see taking over. And the top teams have been going through all of their adversity. And I think this is one of those games where the Bills clean up things and they take down the Panthers. So I'm going to go with a score that you said as well. Next game that we got is the Bears and the Ravens.
Absolutely, and I'm with you on that. This season's been all about teams dealing with ups and downs, and the Bills definitely want to bounce back strong. So I think we're on the same page there. Now looking at the Bears and Ravens, this one should be interesting. The Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson, have been pretty consistent. They have that dual threat capability. If they get the run game going and control the clock, they should handle the Bears. The Bears defense can be tough, but I think the Ravens just have too many weapons. I'd say the Ravens take it something like 27-13. Lamar and the Ravens keep rolling. Let me know how you see it.
I'm going to agree with you, man, because we know this is Lamar's return game from his injury. The Ravens right now are 1-5, a record that this Ravens team that we did not think would you would ever utter. The Bears right now are 4-2, but I think this is one of the games where, even though we know the Ravens defense has not been the defense that we know, Raven football to be, and this may be a high, I'm going to say yardage game, not high scoring game. This may be a high yardage game for Caleb Williams. I think that the return of Lamar gets that offense back on track, and the Ravens go to 2-5, and the Bears fall to 4-3. So with Lamar coming back, man, I'm gonna get the Ravens because they are a high scoring team when Lamar is there. I'm going to get the Ravens 34 to the Bears 17. The next game that we have is the 49ers and the Texans.
I like that reasoning. Yeah, with Lamar coming back, the Ravens definitely get that spot they need. And even if the Bears QB racks up some yards, I think the Ravens can still outpace them on the scoreboard. So 34-17 sounds solid. All right, moving on to the 49ers and the Texans. This one's intriguing. The Niners have been one of the more balanced teams this season, and if they stick to that formula, strong defense, a solid run game, and Brock Purdy managing the offense, they should be in control. The Texans have had their moments with CJ Stroud, but I think the Niners are just a more complete team right now. I'll go with the 49ers winning this one 27-14. Let me know how you see it playing out.
I agree with you on this one. I agree with the 49ers beating this game. I'm saying over the Texans. I believe that, I'm not mistaken. I do believe that this, let me check before I do believe this game right here, Brock Purdy is coming back. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds right. If Brock Purdy's coming back, that definitely gives the Niners a nice boost. And with him at the helm, they can stick to that balanced attack they're talking about. So, yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Niners should handle business in that one.
Yeah, they should. They should. I agree with you as well, G. But nonetheless, even if Brock Purdy isn't there, man, Mac Jones has been, having a very solid season that can still lead the 49ers to victory. And I'm going to agree with you as well, G. I'm going to say that it's going to be the 49ers 20, Texans 10. So I'm going to agree with you with that. Well, 49ers take that win. Next game, we have the Buccaneers and the Saints.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of the 49ers. They've got options and depth. Even if it's not Purdy, they've still got a solid shot. So we'll stick with that Niners win. Now, looking at the Buccaneers and the Saints, this one's always a fun divisional matchup. The Bucs have Baker Mayfield playing some good football, and the Saints always bring a tough defense. If Tampa Bay can protect Mayfield and get their passing game going, I think they can edge it out. The Saints might rely on their defense in the run game, but I'm leaning Bucs in a close one. I'll say Buccaneers 24, Saints 21 in a tight game. Let me know what you think.
I'm going to agree with you on the win, man. I think Baker Mayfield has been playing MVP caliber football. You know what I mean? Doing what he got to do. Throwing right now for the season 1,700 plus yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Now, Baker Mayfield has definitely been doing what he has to do to get these wins, even with the absence of Mike Evans and key notable pieces on offense. So I think that the Buccaneers get this win as well. And the Saints continue to struggle, you know what I mean, with their 1-6 record. So right now, I'm going to say Buccaneers 27, Saints 10. That's going to be mine right there. We have the Cowboys versus the Broncos, which is going to be a very, very sought after and watch game. You know what I mean, as we know, the Cowboys have the number 1 offense, and the Broncos are top 3, top 5, top 3 possibly on defense. So this right here is going to be a very, you know what I mean, still versus still games. But what's your take on that, G?
Yeah, absolutely. That Cowboys versus Broncos matchup is one of those classic offense versus defense showdowns that everyone loves to see. With the Cowboys rolling on offense and the Broncos boasting that top-tier defense, it's definitely a heavyweight clash. I think it will come down to whether the Cowboys' offensive line can handle the Broncos' pass rush and give Dak Prescott time to work. If they can, the Cowboys have the firepower to put up points. But if the Broncos defense can slow them down, it might turn into a grind. I'll lean Cowboys in a close one, maybe 23-20, but it's definitely going to be a must-watch. Let me know what you think.
I like that. I'm going to, as much as it hurts me to say this, G, you know what I mean, being Eagles fans, I'm going to agree with you, man. I think the Cowboys are going to take this one. The Broncos cannot, you know what I mean, weather the storm the way that they've been winning games within the fourth quarter. As we know, last week, the Broncos did score 33 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants. And then I believe the week before that was when they played us, when they put up 19 or 21 points in the fourth quarter, you know what I mean, to beat the Eagles. I don't believe that that's sustainable. You know what I mean? Those fourth quarter, you know what I mean, comebacks like that. And I think that, man, look, Dak Prescott has also been putting on an MVP caliber season right now with over 1,800 yards, 16 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. I believe that he continues on with that high fly offense that they have. We know that Cedarius Lamb did, you know what I mean, return back last week. And George Pickens is playing like a man that you got to pay. So I do think the Cowboys going to do. I'm going to give the Cowboys 35 to the Broncos 21. After that, man, we got the Titans and the Colts.
Yeah, I hear you. It's always a little tough to give the Cowboys their props as Eagles fans, but facts are facts. Dak's been on a tear, and if they keep that offense humming, they can definitely outpace those Broncos. And yeah, those fourth quarter miracles aren't always sustainable, so I like that call. All right, let's jump into the Titans and Colts matchup. This one's a bit of a divisional grind. The Titans are usually a tough, physical team, and if they can lean on Derrick Henry to control the pace, they've got a show. On the other hand, the Colts have been a bit of a surprise with their young QB, Anthony Richardson, showing flashes. If he can make some plays and they keep it balanced, it could be a close one. I'll lean slightly toward the Colts at home, maybe 24-20, but I think it could go either way. Let me know how you see it.
I got you, dude. Listen, man, like I said, y'all got to confuse, y'all got to, I apologize for my AI co-host, man. You know what I mean? G, as we know that, Derrick Henry is no longer with the Titans. He is a Raven right now. But I do understand you that, these divisional matchups are tough. The Colts, I'm going to lean towards the Colts as well. Indiana Jones, who is having a great, season this year as well, man. Throwing over 1,700. You might as well say 1,800 because he has 1,790 right now. 10 more yards to get to 1,800. 1,700 plus yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And, we got Taylor right now coming close on that 1,000-yard mark. I think that the Colts continue their dominance, and they go to 7-1 while the Titans fall to 1-7. I'm going to give it to the Colts 24-7. We got our 8 o'clock Sunday night game, man. The Packers versus the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, who is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, gets to play his former team with Green Bay Packers. Let me know what you think about that, G.
All right, I appreciate you keeping us on track. Yeah, divisional games can definitely get a little mixed up. And I like that take on the Colts. Indiana Jones and Jonathan Taylor are definitely carrying them right now, and I think they can keep that momentum. So, yeah, Colts for the bin. Now, let's talk about that Sunday night showdown, Packers versus Steelers. Aaron Rodgers facing his old team is a storyline all by itself, and it's going to be electric. With Rodgers now in Pittsburgh, he's got that veteran presence and a bit of a chip on his shoulder, I'm sure, going up against the Packers. If he can connect with his receivers and that Steelers defense holds up, they've got a real shot. On the flip side, the Packers have Jordan Love leading the charge now, and he's been growing into the role, but facing a motivated Rodgers in prime time is a tough ask. I think it'll be a close one, but I'm going to lean Steelers. Let's say 27-24, and Rodgers gets a little revenge against his old squad. Let me know what you think.
This is definitely a tough one, man, because I agree with you. I think that Aaron Rodgers has been having a very solid, year. And as much as I want to say Steelers too, because of Mike Tomlin and the defense that they were, the defensive threats that they were posed with Jordan Love, I'm going to go with the Packers, man. I do think this is going to be a game where the newest acquisition on defense, Micah Parsons, they tell him, listen, go eat and go after that, older man of Aaron Rodgers, and chase him till he can't run around no more. And I believe this is going to be a game where Micah Parsons is going to get a lot of QB hits and a lot of breakups, maybe even come around with like 2+ sacks. And I think the Packers are going to take this one. I'll give it to the Packers, man. I'm saying it's going to be like 30-21. And we our Monday night game, the Commanders versus the Chiefs. G, what do you think about this last game right here?
Yeah, that's a real coin flip with the Packers and the Steelers, but I like the angle. If Micah Parsons is wreaking havoc, they could definitely change the equation. So we'll split on that one. You're the Packers taking it, and that's a solid pick. All right, let's wrap it up with that Monday night game. Commanders versus Chiefs. This one's looking like a big test for the Commanders. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes at the helm, and that offense going to light it up in prime time. If the Commanders want a shot, they're going to have to find a way to slow down Mahomes and maybe force some turnovers. But I'm going to lean Chiefs here. I think Mahomes and that offense just have too much firepower, and Arrowhead and prime time is always a tough place for opponents. I'll say Chiefs 34, Commanders 17. Let me know if you see it differently.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm going to agree with you exactly with the score and with the take. I think the Chiefs 34, Commanders 17. Last week we seen the Commanders come out, man, a lot of error throws, a lot of drop, passes. And I think that continues on, until they just get into rhythm. And one team that we know is already in rhythm is the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes is looking like Patrick Mahomes of the past. At 1,800 yards even, 14 touchdowns and 2 touchdowns. 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, excuse me. Patrick Mahomes is definitely lighting things up. Now that he has all his receivers and his Hall of Fame tight end, on the field of light. The Chiefs continue on being that dominant team that we know them to be, And one thing I know, man, you can't question this championship, stellar team. The Chiefs move on to 5-3, and the Commanders fall to 3-5. Listen, man, this has been another episode of Bird's Eye View from me to you, from E and G. And listen, thank y'all for everything, man. Like I said, this is powered by Expansion Team. Keep staying tuned. Keep doing what y'all got to do. And Expansion Team will return the next year with ISO and Woods. And with that said, G, sign them out.
You got it. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been another great episode of Bird's Eye View. Big shout out to all of you for riding with us. And of course, shout out to the Expansion Team. ISO and Woods will be back next year to keep things rolling. Until then, from E and G, we appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. And we'll catch you in the next one.
No doubt, y'all. EAGLES, Eagles. We definitely will be here next week, even though we know the Eagles are on a bye week. Like I said, this is Bird's Eye View with bonus content. And this is what we going to do, man. E and G, we going to give y'all our takes and our things alike. Hit us up in the comments, and we will see y'all next time. Peace.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. EAGLES, Eagled all the way. And even with the bye week coming up, we got plenty of bonus content and hot takes to keep it rolling. So hit us up in the comments, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Peace.